Ever wonder why Mark Twain, one of America's most beloved authors, chose such a peculiar pen name? Well, let's dive into the enigma of Twain. Mark Twain, born Samuel Langhorne Clemons, was a renowned author and humorist, known for his razor-sharp wit and keen social commentary. But Twain was more than his literary persona. He was a man of many hats. A riverboat pilot, a gold prospector, a journalist, and yes, the creator of the unforgettable characters of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. But the name Mark Twain is more than just an alias. It's a nod to Twain's riverboat days. You see, Mark Twain is river parlance, a term used by leadsmen on riverboats to denote water that's 2 fathoms deep, safe enough for the boat to pass. A fitting pen name for a man who navigated the depths of American life and culture with his writings. So, beneath the pen name Mark Twain, who exactly was the man? Born as Samuel Langhorne Clemons in 1835, Twain's early life was far from easy. Our protagonist hails from the humble town of Florida, Missouri, a place that could hardly contain the spirit of the man who would become Mark Twain. The death of his father when he was just 11 years old marked a turning point in his life. Stricken by grief, yet propelled by necessity, Samuel found himself stepping into the shoes of adulthood far sooner than his peers. His first employment was as a printer's apprentice, a position that might seem mundane to many, but not to Samuel. Amidst the whir of the printing press and the rustle of fresh pages, a spark was lit. Here, in the heart of ink and paper, Samuel found his first love, writing. It was a humble beginning indeed, but one that was essential in shaping the literary giant we celebrate today. Little did young Samuel know, his early hardships were paving the way for a legendary literary career. Twain's life took a turn when he embarked on a journey down the Mississippi. Picture this, a young Mark Twain captivated by the rhythmic creaking of the riverboat, the echo of the steam whistle, the pulsating water beneath. It was during these years as a riverboat pilot that Twain became, well, Twain. Born Samuel Clemons, he adopted his pen name from the riverboat term Mark Twain, a phrase shouted by the leadsman to signal water depth. A phrase that would soon hold so much more weight as it became synonymous with one of the greatest American writers. Twain's time on the Mississippi was not just a job, but a profound experience that left an indelible mark on his life and work. He learned the river's ebbs and flows, its capricious nature and its quiet moments, all of which would later spill onto the pages of his novels. The river was a master storyteller, and Twain was its eager student, drinking in tales of adventure, human nature, and the American spirit. And oh, how these lessons would permeate his writing. Let's take a look at his most famous works, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Both novels are set on the Mississippi, and the river is not just a setting, but a character in its own right. It's the catalyst for adventure, the path to freedom, the backdrop against which the dramas of life unfold. For Twain, the Mississippi was a playground for his imagination, a canvas on which he could paint vivid scenes of river life. But it was also a mirror reflecting the complexities of society, the intricacies of human relationships, and the timeless struggle between freedom and constraint. The Mississippi was more than a river to Twain. It was the stage for his most memorable tales. From the bustling river towns to the hushed whispers of the wilderness, the Mississippi was Twain's muse, his stage, his home, and through his words, we've all been granted a ticket to explore its depths, its beauty, and its untamed spirit. As Twain's star rose in the literary world, his personal life was marred by tragedies. In the mid-19th century, Mark Twain, the man behind the pen name Samuel Clemons, was basking in the glow of his literary success. His novels, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, were being hailed as the greatest works of American literature. Twain's sharp wit and keen observation of the human condition catapulted him into the limelight, making him the toast of both sides of the Atlantic. Amidst this whirlwind of success, Twain found love. He married Olivia Langdon in 1870, a woman of great intelligence and charm. Their union brought forth 4 children, Langdon, Susan, Clara, and Jean. These were the years that Twain would later describe as the happiest in his life. However, the wheel of fortune was soon to turn. Twain's life, which had been filled with laughter and joy, was about to be overshadowed by immense sorrow. The death of his son Langdon, a mere toddler, was the first blow. This was followed by the demise of his beloved Olivia and his two daughters, Susan and Jean, leaving him utterly devastated. Twain's financial situation, too, was far from rosy. Despite his literary success, poor investments and financial mismanagement led to bankruptcy. He was forced to embark on a worldwide lecture tour to pay off his debts, a period marked by intense stress and hardship. The tragedies that befell Twain had a profound impact on his worldview. The man who had once been the life and soul of the party, known for his infectious laughter and quick wit, was increasingly seen as a cynic. His later works reflected this shift, exhibiting a darker, more contemplative tone. Yet through all his trials and tribulations, Twain never lost his ability to see the humor in life. His resilience in the face of adversity and his undying spirit are as much a part of his legacy as his literary masterpieces. Twain's life, much like his stories, was a blend of humor and heartbreak. Twain's death in 1910 did not mark the end of his influence. Quite the contrary, his legacy has lived on, growing even larger in the century since his passing. Twain's literary genius continued to shine in posthumous publications, including his autobiography, personal letters, and previously unpublished works, each new release serving as a reminder of his unique voice and timeless wit. His influence can be felt far beyond the printed page. Twain's candid observations about society, politics, and human nature are as relevant today as they were in his time. His works, filled with humor, satire, and biting social commentary, continue to be taught in schools and quoted in popular culture. They serve as a mirror reflecting our own triumphs and failures. From Tom Sawyer to Huckleberry Finn, Twain's characters have become part of the American psyche, symbols of our collective nostalgia and our quest for freedom and adventure. Mark Twain, the man behind the pen name, lived a life as riveting as the stories he penned. He left an indelible mark not just on literature but on the very fabric of American culture.